Yeah, D.Va's an interesting hero because I would say she needs some love, she needs some attention, but from Blizzard. She seems kind of underpowered right now, but in the right situation, she can actually be the perfect hero. I mean, against things like a stationary Bastion. I mean, if you sync a D.Va dashing right into the Bastion, you can knock the Reinhardt away with her dash. You can use the defensive matrix to allow your team to push in on that Bastion. So D.Va, kind of underpowered, but very situational in the right hands. Can be still very. He's sticking with Zarya, and he actually was able to build up a crazy amount of charge right off the bat. Tailspin's.
We expect to see a lot of her today. Not disappointing so far. And let's take a look at Tailspin. Tailspin, arguably one of the most dominant Pharahs in the entire game, coming in over the top. He's had more Pharah highlight reels than I think anyone I can think of. And here we go. EnVyUs getting right into it, not taking a slow approach, moving in. Tailspin looking for that poke. And they're just going to go over here to the left, it looks like.
Yeah, and Internet Hulk is not playing his trademark Winston. He's sticking with Zarya, and he actually was able to build up a crazy amount of charge right off the bat. Tailspin's going to get the first kill, and that's opening things up now for the attacking team. EnVyUs is going to be able to get some momentum here.
Tailspin had a beautiful double rocket to take out the 76 from long range. He's piling on, takes out the Reinhardt, has Mercy in his sights. Mercy going to go down. Tailspin completely uncontested right now. Getting a triple kill here so far on this first push is not stopping. And this is absolutely brutal for NG Blue. They are getting just brutalized here on the first part of Hollywood, and this should be a quick cap for Envy.
And I'm really happy to see this EnVyUs squad playing because we haven't seen a whole lot of Tailspin since Hubris was dominant in the very, very early days. Tailspin has kind of been out of the picture. They didn't play in a ton of tournaments when they were playing under the banner of EnVyUs because of the roster issues previously. So Tailspin back in the fray, and he is frankly one of the best Pharahs in the entire game. Like, Tailspin's Pharah is super sick. All that background as a Tribes player really paying off.
Indeed. Well, here we go. Taimu now switching to the Widowmaker. Taimu, one of the more dynamic Widow players in the entire game. He is moving forward, looking for pickoffs. The defense of NG Blue taking refuge here on the top hotel. And Envy not really even trying to play the high ground game too much just yet. Content to be on the payload, but here they go. Winston diving deep in over the top. Tailspin with the support. But the defense NG Blue hitting in here so far. Chips will go down early. There will be no offensive resurrection. Might not be even needed though, as both Taimu and Internet Hulk going off.
All right, I'm sticking on fair. Oh, Tailspin missed by taking down. Yeah, Commentator's Curse, and actually a couple of kills now going in quick succession to NG Blue. So after a very dominant beginning to this game, NG Blue is finally striking back, and they should be able to collect a couple more kills here in this next engagement. Or did I speak too soon? EnVyUs is actually coming from multiple angles. The payload is continuing to move, so it's actually very close to reaching the next checkpoint. Harry Hook.
Yeah, I mean, this is a case where NG Blue has definitely gotten some kills, but they haven't done a very effective job at slowing the payload. The payload was getting pushed by 2 to 3 people almost the entire time. It's already almost the next checkpoint. And here comes Envy, their next offensive run, about to be on the way. And take a look at Tailspin here. Tailspin has Barrage at the ready. Might be going in here in just a second. We're going to keep an eye on him. Speed boost is out, coming in over the top of his tail. Look for the knockoff. Mid-airs Lucio directly in the face. And now over the top could be dropping the Barrage. Justice will be raining from above. And he's going to get the double kill there. We'll go down to Shades in the end, but I think the damage has been done.
Yeah, the damage has been done. It's literally just the Lucio left alive, and Lucio's going to scurry home with his tail behind his legs. Will he even survive here? It looks like Internet Hulk trying to chase him down with the Winston. Not going to happen, though. Internet Hulk actually in danger now, but it's going to be a coordinated push out of Envy. They're pushing together all the tanks in one place at one time. Tailspin going to be supporting from above. ZP, what are you seeing?
Tailspin still laying in the rockets, is able to take out Nutty B. We do have a switch up here. Taimu switching to McCree, deciding he doesn't want to stand Widow, which is interesting because a lot of times teams do like standing Widow here for this last point, but Taimu has a reason to switch to McCree, going to switch to that. And we'll see how things just go here, but the offense of MV is fully on top of the payload. They're moving forward, and if they win this next team fight, they're going to be setting incredibly quick time here in Hollywood.
Yeah, a ton of defensive ultimates up, though, and no ultimates at all for the attacking team. Harry Hook will have his sound barrier in a second, but I don't think it's going to be enough to face off against the 4 ultimates of the defending team. So will Envy notice this? Will they realize this? Shades is going to pop actually a little bit early if you ask me, but that's a number of kills going the way of the defending team. Ultimates dropped on every side.
Yeah, the offensive sound barrier is out here. After that resurrection, it's gonna let Envy keep the momentum as Tailspin now able to take out Nutty B. Taimu on the shades. Resurrection's going up for the defense, but look at the position of Envy here. They just kill them as soon as they come back up. Barrage coming in over the top. Down goes Reinhardt, down goes Reaper, taking a rocket to the face as Tailspin going absolutely crazy here in the end. And Envy might just have this cap outright. I don't even think the defense can delay.
Oof. Yeah, frankly, NG Blue should have had the advantage there with the ultimate advantage that they had, but it was a massive resurrection that came out from Chipsogen that powered that EnVyUs offense to continue forward, continue pushing, and then of course Tailspin followed up with his ultimate, and that's exactly what we're going to see right here in the play of the game. Tailspin did tons of work this game.
Look at this rocket that comes out. He just shoots Reaper mid-ultimate. Die, gets directly shot. Down goes the other Pharah. Just absolutely brutal coming from Tailspin. I'd say at this point he's probably my favorite Pharah to watch in the game, just because I feel like he puts up more highlight material than anyone else right now on that character.
Yeah, I mean, you've got guys like Tvik. Oh, 60% kill participation for Tailspin. Nasty stuff. But you've got guys like Tvik that also just look so incredibly impressive. You know, guys like Shadowburn, of course, also always really, really sick to watch as Pharah. There's a number of amazing Pharahs in the game, but I think Tailspin, frankly, has made a case for himself to being probably the number one Tailspin in NA. No, the number one Pharah in NA, I think. He might have that title.
Alrighty, well, we are switching off sides here. It's going to be EnVyUs on the defense. It's going to be NG Blue on the attack. 440 is the time to beat here coming forward. That's going to be a very difficult time to beat, but not impossible. We have seen faster times on Hollywood, but NG Blue is going to have to bring it, and they really can't get stopped too much. It can get maybe 1 to 2 team wipes, I'd say, but anything beyond that, and it is going to be EnVyUs' game.
Yep. Pretty decent time there for EnVyUs. Let's see actually how they stack up on defense. Will we see a Torb? No Torb this time, it doesn't look like. Although this is another one of the best points for Torbjorn. You can just tuck that turret away in the doorways. But yeah, standard stuff on defense.
No double builder. Really sad, just because watching Torb is pretty entertaining. Aardvark definitely pays off, but it's not going to pay off in this series because no one's running Torb. But looking at the defense coming out from Envy in full, it's going to be Internet Hulk here on the Symmetra, Chipsogen on the Mercy, Tailspin again repping the defensive Junkrat. We've seen a lot here today. Harry Hook on McCree, Coco on Reinhardt, and Taimu going to be holding things back as the Widowmaker. Yeah,
and Tailspin playing that Junkrat. You know, there's another character that he's also very good at, and that would be Junkrat. I mean, can't talk enough about how important Junkrat is, especially in the posturing phase. Like in the middle of the fight, yes, he can deal out crazy amount of damage, but if Junkrat's just specialty is taking down the opponent's Reinhardt shield super early, spamming so much to just keep the attacking team off guard the whole time, as the nades will just be flopping all around them as they leave the spawn right here, right now.
Yep, Envy being a little bit more aggressive on their defense than we usually see here on this point. They're just looking for quick pickoffs. They back up to a little bit more defensive location, and a beautiful shot from Taimu takes out your grapple shots, of course, a thing for Widow, and you're on the receiving end. Taimu coming in with first play of the game.
And that basically means this first push is neutered before it even begins. So look, Ladano going for a grapple shot of his own. He's able to connect and his damage boosted, but it isn't a kill. That's just going to mean more charge for Chipsogen, who already has the defensive. Actually, Resurrection's up on both sides.
Yep, Shade's going down the Taimu, and this is where I think Shade's is going to have a real rough time running Pharah versus Taimu on defensive Widow. He's going to need Ladano to get picks, but here we go. The offense getting on top of the point, trying to make things happen. This is a little bit disorganized. They're down 2 people already. It's only Nutty B and Mercy here. Zaf going to have to run for his life. Harryuk should be able to finish this out, and that's going to be a definitive full hold for EnVyUs.
Yeah, destruction for EnVyUs is they're able to hold the first point with absolute ease. Internet Hulk is going to place his teleporter to boot. Insult to injury, as almost the entirety of the defending team is about to have their ultimates as well in just a second here.
We might be seeing a Tyre coming out here in a moment. Tyre, of course, just one of those things that can really grind down an offense if you get 1 or 2 picks with it. Hard to deal with at times, but here comes the offense. They're going to get through that archway. They're moving into the right, but this is going to be difficult. They're going to get spammed down here by Tail. Taimu certainly has good sight lines on this, and Riptide could be on the way in a moment as Shade's already almost down, just getting knocked around by the concussion mine. And look at the health on the attack. Reinhardt already down. This is not the decisive attack they wanted.
Oh, that was a risky play there by Shades. He's able to pick up 1 kill, but that kill is negated as the defensive resurrection is in place. 3 kills in a row for EnVyUs as they've held so strong so far on this first point. And again, they just maintain a nice lead, not just in positioning, not just in the fact that there's only 2.5 minutes left, but also in their ultimate percentage.
Lodano, though, getting some work done, gets a double kill, trying to put the team on his back here as Widow almost gets some mercy as well. Lodano find the time to go off, but the defensive Earthshatter coming in. Coco charging, getting the kill on Nutty B. Will go down for it in the end, but still not a bad play coming up from Coco as the offense now really staggering deaths. This is not the decisive push that they need, and more importantly, Fishsticks, looking at the time, there's only 2 minutes remaining. If they're not mathematically eliminated yet, they will be soon.
Yeah, starting to get a little bit rough, but there's the kill that needed to happen for Lodano. So it's now a 6 versus 5 as EnVyUs attempts to strike back and show that they are a top team as well in Europe.
There we go. You're over the top here with the Deadeye. Has 2 kills already on this push, looking for a third. Will crack the Reinhardt shield and take him out as you're now on a triple kill, making things happen in this push. Offensive Sound Bear's out. He's going in deep. Tries to kill Taimu off the right click. Not going to be able to do it just yet, but did enough damage. And this is the best push we've seen from EnVyUs all map.
Yeah, by far, and it's a little bit sad though for EnVyUs because they are facing off against such a quick time that even if they were able to capture there, it's pretty much game already. As Shade's the last man standing, gonna try a little bit of Genji play, but Zaffy knows what's up. EnVyUs is mathematically out here on Hollywood, and GG is called.
Yeah, no, that was a very good defense, and even though that was the best offensive run we saw from EnVyUs, they weren't even going to take it on that run. People coming back in from the teleporter, getting rezzed up. Just a very solid defense coming up from the side of Envy, so we're going back to lobby.
Yep. Really, really nice stuff by EnVyUs, and they're playing very well as a team, and the coordination, it really does come down to these clutch plays. Charging the enemy Reinhardt, knocking him out with a flashbang, timing that perfectly with things like the Reinhardt Earthshatter or the Pharah Barrage. I mean, those are the types of plays that we're seeing out of EnVyUs right now that are really setting them apart from EnVyUs.
Yeah, no, I mean, Envy, of course, both teams are veteran players, but Envy has definitely had moments of just pure greatness where they've looked unstoppable. They gave C9 even at just a complete fight for their life in recent times. So Envy, they're coming up there. In fact, Envy is up there with Reunited for my favorite to win this tournament. But let's not count out EnVyUs yet. There is a map number 2 in this series. We are going to King's Row, and we'll see how things go.
All right, back to the classic. King's Row it is. I was hoping to see some Dorado, but, nothing to complain about here.
All right, so it's going to be Envy on the attack again to start things out. It's interesting to see teams favoring attack or defense first. I think there's more of a trend towards teams favoring attack first on a lot of maps, but every now and then you'll get a team that'll say, you know what, I actually want to be on defense first. But for those who are just tuning in, this is the GosuGamers Overwatch Weekly EU Cup. We are in our winner semifinals, and EnVyUs has struck first blood against EnVyUs, going up 1-0 on Hollywood, and they're looking to close things out now on King's Row.
All right, not a whole lot of downtime as we're jumping right back into the action. But currently EnVyUs with a steep mountain to climb. They have to win two in a row against EnVyUs, which is a whole bunch of Europeans plus Tailspin from America. But they all live in America. It's kind of confusing, guys. Or I don't know if, do you know, actually ZP, do you know if all 6 of them are currently in the States, or is it just like 3 or 4 of them?
No, I think it's all 6 of them.
Okay.
I think I would have heard if one was missing, but Hastro was pretty serious. He flew all of them out to North Carolina. Most of them over the Atlantic Ocean, and Tailspin going from modest Idaho all the way over to North Carolina. So even Tailspin had a pretty long flight.
All right, so that means they're probably like in the same room. They can yell at each other.
I think they are, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's effectively kind of a LAN environment for them. I mean, not the pressure of everyone being over their shoulder. You know, they play there all the time, but still, somewhat of an advantage coming out from Envy just by playing circumstances alone. And I believe they are the first team to have a team house in all of Overwatch right now.
Okie dokie.
Either way, looking at the defense coming out from the side of NG Blue, it's going to be Zaf here on the Mercy, Ladano on the Widowmaker, Mint on Symmetra, Shades on the Junkrat, Nutty B on Reinhardt, and you're going to round things out here on the McCree.
Yeah, again, guys, we are seeing Junkrat on almost everybody's lineups now. Even when double heroes or when there are no hero limits, we still see Junkrat on defense on this point so frequently. He's just going to be spamming nades through the corridor as the Reinhardt tries to push forward, and already that Reinhardt shield has taken probably 4 or 5 nades. So that Reinhardt shield already probably down 300, 400 health.
And as we're talking about Junkrat, Shades able to get first kill of the game, takes out Harry Hook with that concussion mine. So a good start here for the side of NG.
Oh yeah, they have 2 kills. It's a 6 versus 4. So can they take advantage of this before the teleporter comes out on defense?
Oh my goodness, Tailspin just hits so many direct rockets. I don't think it's going to convert into a kill as Ur, in fact, takes him out, but still damage being done. Envy, though, a little bit discombobulated. That early kill from Junkrat definitely setting them back. They're still trying to apply pressure, though, as they do have an advantage in how quickly people respawn. But look at this. Ur picking up another kill, takes out Coco. He's doing all sorts of work on McCree right now, and Envy a little bit sloppy here early on.
Actually, Mint, the Symmetra for NG Blue is already dead, so that teleporter won't be up anytime soon at all, and that bodes well now. Although Shades and Ur are going to fight back. Tailspin going to collect a kill of his own, but both teams relatively even now on the point.
I know Envy really the fight back there. The tire doesn't get any value as Zarya's shield really stymieing it, and the respawn advantage just doing work. Even though things were looking really good for NG Blue in the beginning, EnVyUs got good positioning as they went in. They made their deaths count, and now that people have respawned, Tailspin taking out Ladano with a long-range rocket. And this might be a cap here for EnVyUs. Tail picks up the double kill.
Yeah, that is always the risk of choosing Symmetra. I mean, the Symmetra orbs for Mint were not connecting. He didn't get his ultimate up at all. So really, that Symmetra was a non-factor in that first point. Basically did no damage, basically did no support, or very little support. So now Mint is going to be switching over to Lucio.
Ready, so now EnVyUs now getting into the streets phase. Tailspin does have Barrage at the ready. That could be a huge turning point here if he's able to land it properly. We see Envy just moving up, and we're going to find out where this Barrage goes in just a moment. And here they go, they're coming in over the top. Lucio speed boost is out, Earth Shatter is out, Justice raining from above. Tailspin just going to kill Mint with that, but overall team effort coming up from EnVyUs. They pick up 3 quick kills.
Yes, they do, and Tailspin's still alive, raining hell from above. Nutty B is all by himself and gonna die in short times. Ladano does get a 1 pick. Like you said, ZP, trying to put his team on his back, and he needs to get a whole lot more kills like that to slow this payload.
Yeah, I mean, this is a case where, again, NG Blue, they are getting a few kills, but they're not really stopping their overall progress. You're doing what he can, does flashbang over the top, helps take out Tailspin, has to run for his life into the back. You're still having a pretty good game, even as NG Blue is sort of getting pushed around here by Envy. Envy still with all the momentum on their side, moving forward. Ladano over the top, looking for some pickoffs, but definitely under pressure, down to 52 HP. And this is a struggle for NG Blue right now.
Yeah, Shades switched on over to Genji, and I actually like this pick at this point. They are facing off, of course, against defensive Widowmaker and Ladano. Or, sorry, brain fart. But yeah, I mean, I kind of like this pick. Shades has been doing well with Genji so far.
Interestingly enough, NG Blue was able to turn that around in their favor. It was looking bad for a while, but EnVyUs was not able to get the kills they needed on top of the card, and nothing flashy, but NG Blue just sort of willed their way back into it. They're in a much better position now. As Ladano takes out Tailspin, that's a huge pickoff, and now NG Blue with the 6v5, they can really take advantage here. Envy coming in deep. They're gonna run right inside Earth Shower, though. Nutty B getting on the Coco. Will it be enough? Maybe not. Tailspin was res back up to start that fight. And Envy now applying a lot of pressure. Offensive sound barrier is out as the kill feed now going entirely in favor of Envy. What a turnaround.
Yeah, nice turnaround there. The sound barrier keeping NG Blue alive a little bit longer in that engagement. And Ladano, again, trying to do the most that he can with Widowmaker. And Widowmaker really is a character that can carry. But look at this. Mint is a single Lucio left for his team, but they haven't killed him. Like, they could have captured this checkpoint 5 times in a row if they just killed Mint, but Mint survived and the checkpoint is not captured, the spawn points are not forward, and there's a wasted ult out of Coco. Look at this.
That was absolutely nutty. That was a huge hold by Mint. Look at Shades now. Shades going to the back, slicing and dicing his Genji, looking for a pickoff. Doesn't get anything just yet, but does act as a distraction as Nutty B and Ladano pick up a kill each on top of the payload. But here comes the resurrection from Chips, going to bring up some of those fallen Envy heroes. But NG Blue still holding strong. Envy having way more issues than they probably should be getting to this point, especially with that last team fight. But NG Blue, off of the heroics of Mint, buys enough time, gets back to the point, and pushes Envy back.
Yeah, I'm almost flabbergasted by how quickly NG Blue has turned the momentum into their favor. Although neither team with a whole lot of ultimates up, so basically even playing fields in this next fight here.
I know, I mean, Graviton Surge, of course, is going to be a huge part of this next fight. We'll see if they have follow-up for it, but it arguably shouldn't even be down to this point, as we see Tailspin now, no, not even on the Pharah, on the Winston. They want more aggressive tank pressure here. Graviton gonna come out, only getting the Reinhardt. Genji will get sucked in towards the end, ends up getting knocked back.
Wow.
Momentum now in EnVyUs' favor as they really just muscle out control on the point. NG Blue, though, still hanging in there. Fire Strike coming down. Earth Shower from Coco knocks down 2 in the back. W Mouse 1 going to do the rest. Taimu with the backup, and finally, Envy is going to get this checkpoint.
Or are they? or will Mint just survive forever again? No, Mint does go down.
Coco's Hammer had something to say about that.
And Chipsogen with the offensive revive, so I wouldn't be surprised if they just charge forward, balls through the wall, knowing that Chipsogen can fly in and get the big Mercy res. Neither team with a whole lot of ultimates, though. What's Envy gonna do here? Tailspin's gonna stick with Winston, actually, and I like this because Winston is so good at taking out that exactly what we're seeing right now. Taking out that Widowmaker, trying to jump on him. No damage boosted Winston going for Widowmaker.
Staying in here, the Mercy Heal doing enough, and he's gonna fend Tailspin off. Mercy Heal is so effective in that situation. Chips going to bring Tailspin back up, though, as Envy is just really focusing on the payload here. Internet Hulk and Taimu picking up a kill each, as Envy now at the sound barrier in a good position to just end this outright. Nothing flashy, just winning fights all around this checkpoint.
Oh man, Mercy almost fell into the lava pit, into the abyss below, but able to fly back up to her teammate, and Coco getting the final 2 kills. That should be it, although Zappian, you're jumping on, and actually here comes the Divas, here comes the Reinhardts. Is there a chance? No, the time's set in a pretty okay time. Not the quickest though.
I mean, for Envy, I think Envy had opportunities to get through that second checkpoint a lot quicker, and they could have set a much faster time. They sort of faltered a bit. Obviously, not taking away from Mint, who had just a beautiful stall, but yeah, for Envy, I don't think they're super happy with this time, but they're definitely capable of defending this time.
Yeah, you know what? I gotta say, I gotta give props to NG Blue. I mean, they played well, but it was really in the end that Winston switch that really helped out Envy. Again, Tailspin, one of the best Pharahs in the game, but if you could see the effect that Winston had on NG Blue's defense immediately, even though Tailspin died the first time that he leapt in as Winston, he died pretty quickly, but he forced all of NG Blue's defense backwards. It was a great way to make space for his team, which allowed them to collect that penultimate checkpoint there on King's Row. So Winston's still very, very strong, even if it's just one of them. You don't necessarily need them both.
Yeah, no, and we've been seeing that here, even in One Hero Limit, where, you know, for a while teams didn't like running Winston as much if you couldn't double up, and certainly double Winston is incredibly strong, but Winston could just sort of be the impetus that your team needs to start a push. You know, he leaps into the back, he forces people to move around, he forces people to spread out, and that disruption is enough for an offense to really get work done. So we're going to be getting into the second half here. The time to beat is 6:39. EnVyUs will have to hold for at least that long. Looking here at the defense coming out from the Envy squad, it's going to be Taimu on the Widowmaker, Tailspin on the defensive Junkrat, Coco on Reinhardt, Harry Hook on Lucio, Internet Hulk on Symmetra, and Chips almost certainly going to be on the Mercy.
I'll be watching over you.
All right, so Internet Hulk, let's see if he can get that teleporter a little bit earlier in the initial fights. Again, if you are playing as Symmetra, you have to start connecting with the orbs as early as you possibly can in order to build up your ultimate quick enough for it to really have an effect on the game. Of course, if the turrets also do build Symmetra's ultimate, so putting the turrets in a good spot also important. But no Lucio for the defensive team, which is pretty standard now that that 3 support meta is basically done with. No one really runs that kind of thing anymore.
Probably just a moment.
Let's
though.
see.
Alrighty.
Let's see. I wouldn't mind seeing NG Blue run with an offensive Junkrat as well. We'll see what they end up with. Are they going to switch anything up, or is this the final lineup? But we see a Tracer. Interesting.
Yeah, I thought we were
Tracer.
going to see more Tracer overall today. It hasn't really happened as much, but Zaf going to be one of the first Tracers that we have seen today for Payload. Tracer, of course, getting used more in King of the Hill than Payload in recent memory, but here we go. He's going to be on the Tracer. We're going to see just what he can do here as NG Blue fighting to stay in the winner's bracket here. They need to set a good time to bring this out, and he's going to run right into Taimu. Tracer not having a long lifespan at all in the beginning. Harry Hook taking out Nutty B, and 2 quick kills here for the EnVyUs defense, and they look pretty well poised and positioned here thus far.
Yeah, Shades caught all by himself, left alive in that last engagement, and Tracer is obviously a great hero, but I don't love Tracer on this point. I'd almost rather see a Genji. At least that way you have the reflect on your side, and you also have much more mobility in the fact that he can climb walls.
Well, not only that, but also people tend to be a little bit more clumped up on King's Road and other maps, and it's a place where Dragon Blade can absolutely do a whole lot of work to get you through. But here we go, the offense on the way in. Tailspin having the run from the offensive Hanzo of all things, backing out. Will back out successfully, and honestly, the Junkrat spam is posing a lot of problems here for the side of NG Blue. It's stalling them out. We have Zaf in the back here, not doing a whole lot just yet. And Envy looking pretty strong here thus far.
Yeah, I gotta say, a couple kills now going the way of NG Blue, but I still don't think that this is in their favor, just because their team composition isn't great. They've gotten the first tick on the point, looking towards getting the second tick, but I just don't like this composition, man. I gotta be honest with you. I would like to see something like a Zarya on attack here on the first point of King's Row. Yeah.
And as you say that, Chips finishing a kill with the Mercy Pistol, being absolutely merciless, going after Ladano here. And yeah, time-wise now, they still have 5 minutes, there's still plenty of time, but they need to do something quickly here in the first point if they want to give themselves enough time for the Streets phase and beyond. And here we go, we have Shades now.
Sorry, we got the teleporter up now for Envy as well. Bad news for NG Blue.
Definitely not a good look, but we do have Shades here on the fair. He's going to be trying to make things happen, but going Pharah against Taimu's Widow is difficult, but you must defeat Tailspin Junkrat to have a chance. The bomb's coming in, going to take Pharah down at ground level. You didn't have a chance to get picked off by Taimu there.
All right, I'm going to call this now. Shades needs to switch to a Winston or a Junkrat. I think one of those two could potentially work here, but he's had 0 luck as either Genji or as Pharah here on this first point. They're chipping away at the Reinhardt shield of Coco. It's starting to get taken down just a little bit, but already Harry Hook gets the first kill in this next engagement.
Yeah, Harry Hook is able to get the Deadeye kill onto Mercy, no less, so there will be no offensive resurrection in the very beginning here. The offense getting really just worn down as Tailspin takes out Shades. Nutty B has the Earth Shatter at the ready, has had a good opportunity to use it, has again, just slowly getting worn down here at 200 HP. Not a whole lot here for Reinhardt.
4 ultimates up though. This could be the best look ever.
Good knockdown too.
But doesn't actually collect any kills off that, and the huge defensive resurrection, 3 back 2 or 3. And I think that's going to be all they need, although a nice sound barrier is going to keep the attacking team alive a little bit longer. And Zappy with a huge res as
Here's the tire. This tire could do huge damage. It goes in, is going to take out Nutty B and damage the rest. As EnVyUs now coming back. They don't want to give this up just yet. Tailspin on the double kill, making things happen. Ladano now having to run from these Junkrat bombs. And time-wise, things are looking very, very good for NG Blue indeed. As Tailspin gets the Widow as well.
But Mint just pushed in. Solo Lucio versus a Reinhardt. He got it done and actually killed the Reinhardt, so... This next push could have some momentum now for the attacking team. NG Blue, they've got to move quickly, though.
No, time-wise, they have to get here. It's over, I'm pretty sure. It would be very unlikely that they could push forward as Shade's going to get taken out by the combination effort of Harry Hook and Taimu. 1 quick kill here for the defense. They're getting bullied by Tailspin in this corner. So much damage coming in. They're way too clumped up. They're being just indecisive on their push here, and it very well could cost them. They need to make something happen right now. Ladano takes out Taimu. That's step 1. Will there be a step 2 here? He's looking for these pickoffs. He needs to get something else. Looking for Tailspin over the top. As Shades now getting the double kill off the barrage. This might be what NG Blue needs, but Tailspin gets res and gets the double.
Oh, here comes another rip tire. No, it's taken out actually. So NG Blue finally with an opportunity, and it looks like it's gonna pay off as they extend the time a little bit. And CP, how much time do we have left on the clock?
We only have 2 minutes left, which means that it's not mathematically over yet. but they're going to have to dominate in a way that EnVy is not usually dominated on. It's possible, but here's their key to the victory here. Ladano needs to go forward, get a pick or two, and they need to be supported by Shades, who needs to be very aggressive on this Pharah. It's going to be incredibly difficult, but I think it's the only way that they can win this map now.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, I'm gonna go back to what I said earlier. I think a Winston could open things up big time for the attacking team. And the way that Winston just draws the attention of the defense, and the way that you're able to take out the defending supports and squishy targets, just so important. And we haven't really seen that out of Shades yet. Shades needs to do work, and he's not able to.
Well, Tailspin time move going off there. The offense just getting caught out of sorts. The Widowmaker play of Ladano not helping them out at all there. He was going for the flank, did not work out. And with that team wipe, this will be map and series going to EnVyUs. EnVyUs has paved their way to our winners final.
Now mathematically not in the cards. And, but, you know, well fought for NG Blue. I'm glad to see them making it further in the bracket, and of course they will be kicked down to the losers bracket, so still an opportunity to continue making a name for themselves, I should say, in this tournament.
And look at this push they have going here. This is a case of too low, too late, but you're going off, getting the double kill, looking for more, chasing down Internet Hawk, makes it a triple. But unfortunately, there's just not enough time remaining for the NG Blue squad. But they'll have a chance to come back. We do have a losers bracket here, and we might be seeing more of them later here today as they're going to lick their wounds and try and come right back.
Gonna make you feel better.
Okie doke. I think we'll probably see GG called in a minute here.
GG will get called here in about 10 seconds or so. Both teams know the score, but here comes EnVy here on this defense, fighting till the end. Taimu taking out Nutty B with that Deadeye. Euro still staying in here. Euro's victory play definitely a highlight for NG Blue overall. Will get taken down by that Reinhardt, however. And there it is, GG being called by NG Blue. And there you have it. And we're going to be moving right into Reunited versus Anox.
Okay, so we've held the second semifinal for you guys. We're gonna get a chance to see some of the old school Quake legends coming out of Europe face off against Reunited, who's almost proven, you know, if you average the entire closed beta, open beta, and of course launch together, you gotta say Reunited is the most consistent team out of Europe. They've played in the most tournaments. They've played in the most grand finals even. So Reunited, I think, heavy favorites in this next fight, but still gonna enjoy watching those Quake legends go at it.
No, definitely, and Anox able to take out Nubrus. I mean, I think that's more telling of Anox leveling up their game than Nubrus playing weak. Obviously, a lot of people thought Nubrus would win that match, but realistically, I mean, Anox have been playing for a long time as well. Maybe now they've just gotten the right mix of players to really take it up to the next level. It's going to be Reunited, our 3rd ranked team on the Gosu rankings, versus Anox, our 9th ranked team. And we'll see how things pan out.
That we shall, ZP. Hopefully we'll get into that game shortly for you guys.